I install a special data pack and now I can activate the portal to go in the new dimension. So I can activate that portal, I need to beat the warden under that in that blue fire. I prepare the location where I will beat the warden and now I go to summon the warden right there. And now the warden appear. I beat the warden and I'm very curious to see if the portal are turned on. For the first time the portal didn't activate and I think the problem is that the warden didn't burn in the fire. Now the portal are activated. After I mine a little bit I found here a warden. That's my first view of the new dimension. I return in the overworld because I need to go to beat the Ender Dragon because I need a lot of shulker blocks and elytra so I can move easier in the new dimension. I don't know exactly if that arcane drops some blaze rod or blaze powder, but I tried. And after some times I guess that I gather enough blaze rod for the end portal. I make some Eye of Ender and I will go to found a stronghold. That's very close to my base. I activate the portal. That's a very risky situation and we are survived that journey. And here is the Ender Dragon. Now I need to break the ore crystals. The first one. And now I broke the ore crystals and now I start to attack the Ender Dragon. And I beat the Ender Dragon. That was a long battle, but finally I beat that Ender Dragon. And how much XP I get? 69 levels of XP. An incredibly good spawn. Literally very close to an end city. That's the first time in my whole life. I make the achievements and where is the shulker box? Is here. And I start to beat that one. Efficiency 4, that's good. After some searching I found another end city and that is look like much bigger. That one I have elytra. Here I found literally an incredibly diamond pickaxe, but the single problem is the curse of vanish. I'm on hardcore and that is not a problem because I will never die. But now I have the elytra and I can fly and travel very fast and now we arrive home. And I start to chop down some giant trees because I need a lot of spruce log for my mega base. After a lot of time I managed to chop down that entire forest and that's the result, a lot of spruce log. I collect and I replant my ore crops and that's the final result. And now is the time to gather some very good enchantments for that diamond pickaxe. And I start to make emerald. Efficiency 5, a mending, and 2 book with unbreaking 2. I get unbreaking 3, I give a special name to that and I place efficiency 5, unbreaking 3 and mending. And because I want to transform that into a netherite one, I go to mine some ancient debris. I found the first 2 pieces of ancient debris, 3 pieces of ancient debris and another one. I make the netherite ingot. And now I have a very good netherite pickaxe. I get around unbreaking 3. And I start to place that on my elytra and now I have an elytra with unbreaking 3 and mending. Start to collect the all materials which I can have from that gel. I have 2 shulker box with a lot of calcite and block of amethyst and I go in the new dimension. After some time I finished to make a big part. I finished to make the amethyst block part and now I will continue to work with calcite a little bit upper. I finished to make that transition from deep slate to amethyst and to calcium. And now I start to fill up that entire shulker box with spruce log. After some time I finished to make some pillars and I start to prepare some platform for the future MegaBase. The next step is to work a little bit more on the pillars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I jump in the water to go up and I was very close to die. That's incredible. 6, 7, 8 and I finished to make the all giant pillars which on I will stay my mega base. Because I want to make a special contrast, I need some crimson stem and I start to chopping crimson stem. We got 6 stack and 28 crimson stem and I broke my diamond axe. I took my elytra and I'm very curious to see how that I look like. I have some shroomlight and I will start to place that in random location. And we finish that giant floor. After a lot of time finally I managed to surround that entire platform with 2 layers of spruce log. The next thing is to mine more 4 block. Because I have to destroy a lot of skulk, I make an iron hole and I'm very curious to see how efficient is that, and it's more efficient than my pickaxe. After I finish to make more space here, I will start to work on some walls in the outside. I finished to make a schematic of the walls and now I will start to work on the roof here. The first one, I finished to make that in all parts and now I will start to mine some more layers of deep slate. Sometimes I manage to remove more 8 layers of deep slate and only now I realize that I didn't have a totem of undying. When I return home I discovered that I have some totem of undying, so I didn't need to go to Bitterite. Because I need more spruce log, I start to plant some giant trees. That's a little forest. I make that 2 parts and I run out of materials. So I return home and I start to gather more materials. And after some times I finished to mine that entire geode. Back to work. And now here on the edge I need to make some little roof. I finished to make 3 little roof and I didn't have enough birch to finish the roof number 4. Because I need a lot of birch for the giant roof, I will collect so much. In meantime I meet with some strange pigs I think. And finally I finish the all edge. I start to collect sand and some amethyst sharp. That's so beautiful. I will make some tinted glass and unfortunately we can't make some glass panel of tinted glass. Seriously? Because I want to have some black panels, I start to beat some squid. I beat that zombie and that's incredible, I got a trident. And I make some black glass and black glass panel. And I start to collect some crimson stamp. And I finish to place the all glass which I need. I finish to make the windows and the next thing is to work on the roof. I want to make a special outline and for that firstly I will work with some birch plank. I think that's a good outline for the beginning. I finish to make the outline and now I will start to work with some crimson stamp. And that one is the last piece of that giant roof. And that's the interior. I have here a very good shovel from the end. He have Curse of Vanishing, but that's not a problem. And I start to collect soul soil. And I collect a lot of soul soil and soul sand. And I start to gather some coal. And some iron. I gather some iron and I place that to smelt. A lot of soul lantern. I go in the outside and I start to work on the outside design. Also I beat a warden. I make a big part of the exterior, but unfortunately I run out of iron and I can't make more blue lanterns, so I need to go back in overworld. I mine for iron and accidentally I found that chest and I have here a golden apple, that's very good. There is the mark art and after some seconds here I found the stronghold. I arrive back home and I gather some iron. That's a beautiful mega base, but I want to add more details here. I return in the overworld to get some birch wood. I gather some wood and in meantime I go to collect some more iron. After some times I gather a lot of iron and I can say that new type of mountain is the best location where you can mine iron. But unfortunately here is a new type of snow and you need a shovel so you can escape very fast from that new snow. Like that. And with the shovel you can escape very fast. I make some birch slabs and I will start to work on another layer. I finish to make some edge and the next thing is to place some chain here with lanterns. I'm on the roof and that's the first lantern. I place the lantern and that's the way how it look like. The next thing is to make a very easy way to go from the portal here up in my mega base. So for that I think the best idea is to make a teleportation system. That's not the easiest way, but it's very fast. So I go to collect some redstone and I arrive with the redstone up to my mega base. And I beat some endermans for ender pearls and I was teleported to the spawn. I finished to set up a teleportation system and if you are interested about that, it's possible that I will make a tutorial in the future. Now we need to set up that with that ender pearl and it works. That's perfect. I arrived out of the portal and I'm very curious to see if that entire thing works, so I need to press that button and I was teleported here up. That's incredible. I need to wait a little bit, around 5 seconds, but after that we are teleported directly here, which is much faster than to go up on the stairs. I'm very happy because I finished to set up that entire thing and that is work. I search for some water here down, and by mistake I beat a wither skeleton and he give me her head. And now I have a wither skeleton skull. I finished to make the teleportation system. I place here the ender pearl. Now I will test the entire system. If I press here, I need to be teleported up. We need to wait around 5 seconds until the redstone power arrive up to the MegaBase. And we are teleported here. That was very good. And now if I drop an item here, like that stuff, we need to be teleported down. I will make an automatic system here to press only a button, but now I want to try that and it works. Perfect. I set up a portal for the end, I activate that and I go and I start to beat endermans for ender pearls. Because I want to see better my MegaBase, I will make the observation point right there. So I go to that and I will start to prepare that observation point so I can see better my MegaBase. I prepare a little bit that place and I will start to work on the teleportation system to my MegaBase and back here. I finished to make the platform, the teleportation system, and now I need to work a little bit on the design of that platform. After some time I finish that observation point and from here I can look at my gorgeous MegaBase. Because I finished the teleportation system, I will place here a button, I press that and I will be teleported in my MegaBase in some seconds. And we are teleported in my MegaBase. And that's the observation point from my MegaBase. Because I need a lot of ender pearls, I start to work on a little enderman farm. And I succeed to summon an endermite. I named that Xenofabric and I coach that in that minecart. And now I have here an endermite to attract the endermans here and to fall down. And I finished to make that little enderman farm. And that's a very good farm to make a lot of XP and to gather a lot of ender pearl for the teleportation system. I fill up my entire inventory with ender pearls. The second one, and that's the last one. From that observation point I can see much better that new dimension that look like gorgeous, like my new MegaBase.